So when you win as Chief Justice, does that create a vacancy that there would then be a special election, or how would that be filled?
Well, I like the when I win part. Yes, what will happen, it will create a vacancy. The governor will appoint a justice, much like she did when we lost a justice last year, too, and that justice will serve until the next election. And then they would run to fill the remainder of that term, of my term. So it would probably be just a 2-year term at that point. But yeah, and that's true. And there's also another Supreme Court race on the ballot that is to fill the vacancy that was left by Justice Wynn when he died. It's currently filled by Cody Highland, but he cannot run for that office. So we actually have one of the justices is running for that seat, even though she's already on the court. And then there's a prosecutor, circuit judge candidate from down in South Arkansas that's running for that seat as well. So, I thought of something just now. But the governor may wind up with one appointment. The governor may wind up with 2 appointments out of this election. This election is a nonpartisan election. It's on all ballots, whether you vote Republican or Democrat or nonpartisan only. It's on you'll see it on your ballot immediately below the presidential race. Will be the Chief Justice race. And so I try to encourage everyone, you can't wait till November for this race. You need to be there for the primary. And of course, early voting begins February the 20th. And then of course the election's March the 5th. If there is if one person doesn't get a majority in this race, and what I mean is 50% plus 1 vote, then it does go to a runoff election, and then that actual election would actually be in November. So, but we're going to win it in March. So, any other questions? Okay, well, obviously, I just wanted, again, thank you. I want to encourage you to get your friends and family out to vote. It is important who our next Chief Justice is for the next 8 years. I like to tell people another thing I think we should remember, we all have a cell phone. There's no reason we can't use technology to help get the court system moving. We're trying to make it more user-friendly with technology, but we can do better. Our doctors can send us a reminder that we have a medical appointment coming up, and they do, mine do, whether it's eye vision or whatever healthcare. There's no reason the courts can't send people a reminder they have a hearing coming up. We had over 40,000 failure to appears in district court alone last year in Arkansas. And that's a lot of resources getting ready that have to be used to go notify those people, find those people. They get rearrested. They have to pay more fines. It's just a cycle system, and it's not good for the courts. So I think with technology, we learned through COVID that we can help address our shortage of court reporter interpreters. We have to have interpreters. Sometimes those aren't available. We can use Zoom or interpreters online. We can also use video testifying. We can have if the person's remote, we can bring an expert witness in remotely if we need to. And all that saves the people money. And I believe access to justice requires that justice be done in such a way that people can afford to go to court. And that's why I'm on access to justice. So we put a kiosk in the Saline County Courthouse. We're putting kiosks around the other state where you can go to the kiosk, look up your cases, get forms. If it's a simple procedure that you don't have to have a lawyer, you can get the form off the computer, fill it out, file it with the clerk's office, and go and move on. If you do need a lawyer, then obviously they can help you too. But we're trying to make it a user-friendly system and something that people can all handle. And so thank you again. Don't forget to vote.
Okay, thank you, Justice Webb. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the business portion of the meeting. Well, I think it's obvious I'm not David Gibson.